on the coach on our way.
So as long as it's not raining, I always say that you have good luck in Norway. So it's good when the sun is shining, but it's still good as long as it's not raining. On the right side we have the church, which was also built 120 years ago, and there is only one church in Alesund which is Catholic. The rest are Protestant churches. So Alesund has 66,000 inhabitants, and this is an island community. In total it's situated on 7 islands, and the city center on 2 islands. And the municipality has been established in 1838, and the town became a town in 1848. So during the winter time we have the record of cold, which was -11 here. That's what the coldest has been recorded. Usually it's like +1, because we have the Gulf Stream coming through Atlantic Ocean and meeting the Norwegian coastline. That's why the winters are never extremely cold, but the summers are not that hot either. So the hottest that can get, and the record was 30 degrees here.
Be like home then, really.
You can access Alesund by cars and by boats. There are no train station here, so there is not possible to access via train. It also has airport, and usually around 600,000 people come here yearly, and mostly are tourists. And the city has been increasing in the last 10 years. It has increased by 12%. So people are coming here to work, and the city is simple. It has shops, it has university, but why is different? It has one of the biggest fish industries here, and the fish called clip fish. So it's salted, it's dried, and then it's being shipped usually to South America, Spain and Cuba. So it's the largest port in Norway which produced clip fish. And you see different islands on the right side. So mostly they are connected. You see the bridge on the right side, but mostly of them are connected via tunnels under the ocean. So each island most or less has the tunnel under the water. And we will just shortly pass by one of the largest salt water tanks in Europe. It's called Atlantic Tank, and it's stocked with a large cold water fishes species that can be found in the Atlantic Ocean and close to the Norwegian coast. So it's fascinating because this tank contains 4 million liters of unsalted water, unfiltered sea water. And how it's connected. So there's a pump which goes directly to 800 meters offshore to the ocean, and it's 45 meters depth in depth, and the water is being pumped from the sea directly to the tank. So all the fishes there has natural atmosphere to live. You also have penguins there, but the penguins came from South America. But the beautiful thing that you can feed the fishes every day at 1 p.m. here. And the mountain in front, it's called Sugar Top. So it's also very nice to go on the hikes there. You can see the view over the Alesund from the other side. And this in front is the aquarium. It's called Atlantic Park. And it's so nicely combined with the nature around. It's hard to tell it is aquarium actually. But there you have different species, king crabs, all the beautiful creatures that live along the Norwegian coast, and it's one of the biggest in Europe. And on the left side, you might see a small beach which has a bit of sand. So this is where usually the Norwegian people who live here, they come for sunbathing. So we have a huge coast, but very little beaches with the sand, but here's one of them. In general, Norwegians as a culture really love to spend time outdoors. It's called life under the sky. Everything that has to do with activities outdoors, Norwegians really appreciate, such as hiking, skiing, going to peaceful pursuits like berry picking, walking with the dog, spending night or afternoon in a hammock. So this is a very Norwegian way of spending time, free time, outdoors. And the way of seeing life for them in nature with exercise, it's an idea of being in communion with the natural environment, to connect, to calm down and clear the head. And Norway also have the special libraries where you can rent outdoor gear for free. Let's say if you go for a hike and you need hiking sticks, you can rent it for free in Norway. Or if you want to go skiing, you can also rent skiing gear for free. That's how the government is encouraging the people to spend time outdoors. So on the left side, you see Alesund Center situated on one of those two islands. So actually Alesund is situated in the fjord. The water that you see here, it's a part of the fjord. And the mountain on the left side with the building on top, the white building on top, that's where we will go next to see the city from higher. Norwegian architecture focuses a lot on the wood. So usually the buildings where the people live are built of wood, but the whole center is built of stone. And it's because in 1904 there was a big city fire. Before the city was only built in wood, but after the fire they have rebuilt the city. Within one night, 800 houses have disappeared in flames and 10,000 people were left without their houses. Only one person died though, but what happened is that they decided to rebuild the center totally new architecture, which is called youth style or art nouveau. And the style is very specific because each floor of the new houses have different sizes of the windows, and they're also painted with flowers on top of the buildings. So it's called art nouveau, youth style, and beautiful balconies of metal, reminding a bit of French style. So this is the place where in 1904 the fire has started, and even this building has a small flame on the right side, saying that this is a point where the huge city fire started, and all the buildings here are newly built. If you see, each floor has different sizes of the windows, different shapes. And buildings, especially in the center, has beautiful flower ornaments on it. I will show you examples very soon. And the herb on the left side, you see the herb, the red one, with a crown on top. So this symbolizes the royal family in Norway, and the ship says that it's the fishing harbor. So you will see these these herbs in all the city center. On the left side there's a yellow building here, and this is the prison. Yes, and when the city fire has started, 20 prisoners left the prison because it also was burning, and they helped during the city fire for the people around. And after the fire has finished, they came back to the prison. Back then, Germany and William Kaiser has sent 4 ships to help the people without homes. They sent tents with 4 warships. Germany has sent help to Norway back then to help people in need. There are many small shops here, cozy ones, coffee places, but the biggest shopping mall is situated slightly outside the center, and it's on district called Moa. It's second largest shopping center in Norway. And this is the main walking street, the old town walking street on the left and on the right, with many souvenir shops and cozy coffee places. And on the right side there's a small lighthouse. If you see here, the red one, and this is actually a hotel. It has 1 room under the lighthouse, and only 2 people can stay there. And you can enter the hotel only if you have been recently married. And now we're going to the building on top of the mountain. It's called Fjellstua, and this is where you can see the view over the city, over the cruise ships and all the islands around. There's a small coffee place, toilets. Also, this building is used for anniversaries like weddings. And this is only where the flame has finished when the city fire has started on the other side of the city. So the buildings from here are starting being wooden again. The building on the right side is the oldest farm in the region, which dates back to 300 years ago, and it has grass on top of the roof. And you see a lot of grass on the roof in old buildings. It serves 2 purposes. In the winter time, when the moisture is so high, it keeps the moisture away. And in the summertime, it helps from the warmth, so it has better temperature inside. So that's why in old days they would put the grass on the roof. And you will see plenty of examples in the Sunnmore Museum, where you will see the old buildings. This road that we are traveling now with the bus has been built during the Second World War by Polish and Russian prisoners. So Alesund is called Little London because people exactly from this place fled to UK during the Second World War. And this is where the resistance against Nazi regime also started. And Germany has occupied Norway. You know that Norway has stayed independent during the First World War, and they also wanted to stay independent during the Second World War. But Hitler was afraid of Great Britain entering Europe via Norway. So Hitler decided to occupy Norway first, and he has built a lot of bunkers along the coast, and you will see several of them on the top of the mountain. And also this street that we're going now is being heated during the winter time. So now we're entering the top of the mountain, and you can see bunkers from the Second World War on the left and on the right. People are also coming to check how it looked like to be there. And here you have the overview how the city looks from above. And you will have 40 minutes to spend here. So we will meet 10 to 11 back to the bus. Bus number is 6. And there is a small coffee shop. Also you can go to see the view over the city from the terrace on the building. And the bus will stay here if you need anything. You can also leave the things here.
Right, we made it to the top. That was a long bus journey, well, coach journey.
It wasn't long.
Well, it wasn't long, it just...
Windy.
And uncomfortable. Jammed in like sardines. Ooh. Should we get a picture of the view behind us, Bob?
Yeah.
You can see our cruise ship just there. We've got a TUI one next to us. Looks like it's called Mein Schiff. What that means.
Nice.
I know that bit. Did you say there's meant to be like old buildings up here?
Yeah.
That's what I kept reading as well. I'm so confused. Just going to see what's up here. Look at the statue.
Oh yeah, I know that. Look at the bunkers, isn't it?
Some statue. We've just climbed up a bit higher to the top. Well, I think it's the top-ish. Got a bunker behind us. And this is the view from up here. You can see all the bits we drove round. There's Bob. Ooh. You can see the entrance to one of the bunkers here.
Yeah, that's the easy bit, look. Right down there's it. So, yeah.
We just had a look around. I wasn't going to curious about what she said about the houses and stuff you can see up here, because we haven't seen anything, but it's been a nice little look around, hasn't it? Just about to get back on our coach, which is there, back down to the ship. It's only 11:45. We're not meant to be back to 1, so I'm not sure whether there's more of a tour to go. But we'll see.
A few moments later.
56 old and distinct houses. Each house has its own purpose, so it's a different collection. It's a collection of different houses. Let's see, one house you will see where the Viking boats were built. In another house you will see where the shoemaker would do its job. In another house you will see where they used to live with an old-fashioned kitchen. And not all houses are open, but some of them are, so you can go inside and see. It also has a beautiful ship collection. There are some Viking ships. Actually, some of them are being taken to the fjord So you can go with a Viking ship into the fjord here and fish from that boat. So it's the largest boat collection in Norway, including replicas of Viking ships.
More moments later.
I need my jacket here too. Right, so it turns out we are at an open air museum. We got confused. I didn't see. I thought the place we were going was the open air museum, but apparently
it
it's
was very clear in the thing. It was two
No.
locations we're going to.
So we're now at the open air museum, which seems to have like old buildings that you can look at, traditional buildings, etc. We've got a little guide. We're not walking around with the guide because she said she's not an expert. She doesn't really know this very well. So
The bus guide, that is not the
yeah.
museum guide.
Yeah, if the museum guide said they didn't know it very well, they'll move it wide. Yeah, the coach is very cramped, very uncomfortable,
Very warm.
very warm. But yeah, it's been nice scenery though.
Beautiful.
So go up this way, at least go in that direction that they're going
Yeah, okay.
to start with. So that's the reception there. And apparently there's some ships in there, so we'll have to go and have a look in there in a minute. Here's some traditional buildings. Oh, boat, long boat. I'm assuming the ships that or the boats that they have inside are like actual old ones, potentially. This one obviously isn't an older one. Large boat house. It's a lot shorter. Because the doorways in that house are very low. Was originally the main farmhouse. Oh, that's a nice little place where you could holiday in.
Yeah.
They've had on the facilities. Another bit of the corners just bounce on it. It's like a farm or something.
Stable, isn't it?
Limbo time.
How low can you go? How low can you go?
That's very precarious.
Yes. It's pretty though, this angle of the fox got on the roof.
Decorations around the top.
Yeah, it's right about that.
Moments later.
Just looking at some slightly more modern houses by the looks of it. Might be wrong though. You enjoying it so far?
Yeah.
That's right, oh, and the sun's coming out. Because it did just rain, that's why we put the camera away from it. You probably wouldn't notice there'd just be a jump cut. But Bob did film someone on his phone, so at least that's something. This one's built in 1879.
Yeah, there are, but there are also a lot more people on Iona. So if you want less people, I would recommend relocated. Yeah, we will go. Yeah, for sure. And in the city center, but again, naturally, just explore. There is sort of called the University Heights. So you can take a walk along all the university buildings and everything. And there's a park.
Ooh, nice old vehicle, like an old bus. I wonder if they still run it. They've got a cable going to it. That's cool. Hello. It's trying to rain again. Shoemaker. Almost fell through. Ooh, a little shop. Like a storage room. Lovely view of one of the mountains at the back here. Just by that little shop that I just went into. P&O mountain in the background. I'm going to try and zoom in on it a little bit for you. There it is. It's quite peaceful too. You hear the odd car go by, but it's not too bad. Whew. Just fell over again.
More moments later.
Oh, this is the proper museum part then. Boo. Thank you. Nice long boat.
20 minutes later.
Environmental support. So Norwegian government encourages residents to burn biomass, wood for example, instead of fossil fuels to heat their homes. And hydroelectricity generates almost all of Norway's energy, water power. Because Norway is blessed with a rainy climate, high elevation, and abundance of water, which allows to create several dams to generate electricity.